Alright, so the last time we went to Lowe's to get some compost and peat moss, we went through the garden section to get that stuff, and they always have these fruit starts, the berry starts, and we decided to pick up those grapes that we potted last time, and also these raspberries. I couldn't help myself. Raspberries are one of my favorite fruits, and so I picked up the Brandywine and Amity raspberry duo, and these they say that they're mid-season varieties, so next summer hopefully I'll get them. And then I also picked up these two, and it's called Jewel is that dark color, and Purple Royalty is this one here, and these are mid to late season. So I don't have a dedicated spot for these yet. I'm not sure where I'm going to put them permanently, so I decided to go ahead and pot them for now to get them out of the little packages they came in. I made sure to pick varieties that already had some growth on them. Raspberry Purple Royalty. Ooh. Yeah, and then these ones are Jewel. Okay, put that in there. And that one.
Is this one? I know.
So I was on Pinterest today, and I was looking for ideas on how to set up my compost area because I haven't done that here yet. And I came across the idea of doing a wattle style compost. And while that's probably not what I'm gonna go do for my compost, I thought it was a really neat idea for a garden bed edging. So I went and grabbed a whole bunch of my crepe myrtle cuttings that I have been just like really slowly taking apart, and decided to try a wattle barrier for this bed here. So what I did is I started out by grabbing the thicker parts of the crepe myrtle branches and measuring them to about 13 inches long, and cutting them up and then staking them into place. And then I grabbed the skinnier branches, the ones that were a little bit more flexible and some that are a little bit bigger, and started making the weave in between just like as if it was a basket. And I'm really enjoying the way it's turning out. I'm not done yet. I'm gonna take a little break, and because I want to get these tomatoes in the ground. The wind is knocking these over, and I think that it's time to get them in the ground. Alright, to be able to get so far into the use this auger attachment and drill right down to make the hole for the tomato, and then I'm going to clip off all these and bury it all the way up to the top. All right, we got all of these tomatoes put in. It's time to water them in and get them a good little healthy drink so that they get well established. So it's the next morning, and I spent most of the day yesterday in the sun putting this wattle edging together for this garden space here. I think it turned out really well. I added some peat moss, and I'm gonna put some compost and mulch in here, and I think I'm gonna line the whole thing with zinnias and poppies and have like a big wall of flowers back here. It gets full sun, so it should be a big pop of color. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. I wasn't quite sure if it was gonna be as nice as I had pictured it in my head, and I think it turned out really, really nice. Just like a wicker basket. So I had this idea of planting the slicing tomatoes in a row by color. So I started on that end with a white tomasol, and then moved in with a Dr. Wyche's and a Kellogg's Breakfast, which are both yellow. And then there's the Thorbird's Terracotta, and then it goes to like a Brandywine Black, a Black from Tula, and a Black Beauty tomato on the end here. I actually don't have any red tomatoes this year, but that's okay. And then I still have to figure out where I'm gonna put the cherry tomatoes, because I actually don't have room in this row for my cherry tomatoes. So I'm thinking that I'll maybe put the cherry tomatoes in the raised garden beds, or potentially put them in that second bed that we haven't built yet. So I hope you had fun hanging out with us today while we built the wattle bed and planted our tomatoes. I will see you guys on the next one, and we'll get a bunch more things on the ground. Bye guys.